guys, and welcome back to another episode of JALEN Says. And today we are going to be with an incredible actor, dear friend, and birthday man, Troy Bland. But before we get into the interview, I would love to thank our sponsors for really supporting and really just helping what you see today. So obviously we have On Time Sunwear. Sunwear is always on time. I recently just beat someone in a chess match, and let me just say, as soon as I put the glasses on, something just changed. All right, it's just like I knew what to do. The pieces started moving. So, guys, if you want some sunwear that's always on time, please check out On Time Sunwear. Big supporters, great, incredible people, and hey, check them out. Look them up on Facebook, and also Quality Vision Photography. Incredible people, incredible photography. They do a lot of cool stuff, and it's pretty cool. And also we have the Mitchell's Academy of Music. Now these people, they do some incredible stuff. They are incredible at teaching people how to play music. It's incredible. It's not something I could really explain. It's kind of like that. They really do incredible stuff. I've been working with Mr. Mitchell for about 2 years now. It's been a bit, but they are incredible at what they do. And if you can check them out, call them at the number you see there. They're incredible. Also, Tropical Flavor. If you don't know, now you know. These guys have incredible Caribbean cuisine. You haven't had Caribbean food until you had this. I'm telling you, when we went here, we had to come here like 20 times a week just to feel satisfied. These guys have incredible food, incredible fish. If you guys are in the area, or if you're not, you're just passing by, please check them out. They have some incredible stuff. Also, Aris Talent Agency, incredible people. If you guys are looking for agents, things like that, please check them out because they are good at what they do. They get a lot of auditions, a lot of things like that. So if you guys are in the entertainment industry, please check them out. And also, Flame Entertainment. Now, if you remember a couple months ago, I interviewed Miss Destiny Riders, and she's incredible. And Miss Flame Entertainment is really incredible. She does a lot of stuff with basically promoting artists, promoting people, promoting a lot of stuff. She does a lot of stuff. Let me just tell you, she does a lot of stuff. So if you guys do want to find more information about her, please look her up because she's incredible at what she does, and she has experience in the entertainment industry, so she knows how it works really well. So if you guys are in the music industry, entertainment industry, please check them out. But also, without further introduction, we have this incredible man, Mr. Troy Bland. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, good evening, Jalen. How you doing, man? And man, I feel honored. I feel really honored to come through to be on your broadcast, man. A young man like you, talented and just an all-around great guy, man. But I really feel honored. Thank you so very much, and congratulations to you on your show, man.
Well, thank you very much. So, for the people who don't know, can you give a short introduction? Who is Mr. Troy Bland?
Okay, well, my name is Troy Bland. I am an actor / pastor / husband, father, grandfather, friend. I was born in New York City, in Queens, New York, 62 years ago today. And my mom, she raised us. My dad had passed away when I was 9. And, I have to give homage to my mom, to her. She has gone to glory almost 2 years now, but she knew my dream of me becoming an actor since I was 12 years old. 12 years old, I always wanted to be on stage. I wanted to be on TV. there was one icon I always will uh, credit him for my dream and my passion for acting, and that's Ben Vereen. Ben Vereen was in a play called Pippin on Broadway back in the 70s. And, and then he moved on to TV. We had known him as Chicken George and Roots. But just looking at him and his quality of acting and his talent, I said, man, I would like to be something like that.
Yeah.
And so from there, I just love to entertain. I love to have fun. I love to have a positive energy. So I began acting, did my first play that I have produced, our block version, our 200. I grew up in Hollis, Queens, okay?
Okay.
And we did our block version of The Wiz. And I had directed along with my a good friend Lauren Parker. We directed. Now here was I was 15.
Wow. Wait. 15. Okay. So what you said you had this, I guess, passion for the arts at a really young age.
Yes.
What drew you into it? Do you know?
What well, I love people. Always have, always will be a loving person of God's creation. So I followed different Broadway plays even when I was young, like that. And The Wiz was one of them. Opened up at the Majestic Theater January 5th, 1975. And when that came out, and I went to see it, and I bought the album, the soundtrack album, and I said, well, I would love for me to do something with this.
Yeah.
So I got together with my friend Lauren, and it sounded easy, but it was hard, but it was fun at the same time to get your friends that you played up and down the street with to be a cast, to be the Scarecrow, the Lion, the Emerald City people, and all of that. So we talked about it. Everybody was excited. My mom had helped make the costumes. I got the set together, 15. So it lets me know that it doesn't matter how young you are.
Yeah.
Jalen, okay? You can produce your own show. You can produce your own play. You can write your own book. You can do it. So I got them all together. We had rehearsals. I mean, I did the directing, the set design, wrote the little script, and we performed at St. Pascal School, and we sold out. Well, it was a good crowd. Not necessarily sold out, but it was a good crowd, and that was my first experience ever to do a show like this.
Was that your first experience, like, I guess, getting your feet wet in the art and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Look. I didn't just direct, but I was also part of the cast. I was the Tin Man.
Wow.
So I had to do the dancing, had to do singing, all of that. And we rehearsed at each other's house. It was great. It was great. So when you get people on the same mindset, you can do powerful things.
Yeah.
And it's on my resume too. I'm not ashamed to say it. The 205th Street Players. It's on my resume, and I always will remember where I came from. I started from there, and I took my vision fast forward to going to school. I went to City College of New York, and I studied acting there, and that contributed to learning more about acting and directing and all that. So.
Okay. All right. What were your steps after, I guess, college? What were your steps, I guess, to really becoming a professional at it?
Well, I can say this. I moved to Georgia. So my career started really taking off after I decided to move to Georgia. I became a minister. So our church in New York, in Queens, New York, relocated to Georgia. So I continued the ministry with my church.
Is that why you decided to come over to Georgia?
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't. Well, I'll tell you this. I came to, the very first time I came to Georgia was a family reunion back in '86, and I said, and it was during the heat wave too, and I said, I love Georgia. I love down. It was in Atlanta. I said, I love it here. So eventually, my decision to follow the ministry happened to be coming to Georgia, to Macon, Georgia, and I continued with my ministry there. And then uh, my interest of acting came up again. I mean, it was like on the back burner, but I said, this is something I really want to do. So I've heard of different projects that were popping up, background projects
Mhm.
that were popping up around the Atlanta area, and I was part of it.
Wow.
Drumline was one of them. The gospel with Boris Kojo was in it. I was part of that, doing background work, and I started that. And then eventually, I started doing some other plays in Macon and in Atlanta, and then eventually went from plays to film.
Something. So you said you had acting on the back burner. What was, I guess, still cooking up while you were moving with life?
Well, um, different ones approached me and saying, different playwrights, I should say, Troy, have you acted before? And I said, I did a few, but they said, well, I would like you to be part of this ensemble. I'd love for you to do a play with me here in Macon. That's what I was doing in Macon. And I got to give shout outs to the directors, to Gail Dumas Louder, aka Kitty Red, for being in one of her plays at the Douglas Theater.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that, and it was sold out. And also, I did some other plays. Did our version of Pearly, Victorious. So all of these contributed to my interest more and more in the arts. Then I just went on over to starting doing independent films as well.
Okay. How was the change from, I guess, starting off in theater to moving to on screen and things like that?
We got to I have to let the audience know, for those that don't know really, there's a difference between stage and film. Okay, stage, you're in front of a live audience. Okay, if you mess up, you better fix it right then and there. But you're playing with the audience, you have the audience engage it in you. You're making yourself believable with your scene partner and all. In front of the TV, if you're in front of a camera now with film, you have time to cut. You have time to play back. You have time to reset and do it again. Stage, you don't. You just got that one time. So, but it's not much of a challenge. Not really challenging. It's different now. But if you ask me what I like best, I like both. I do. It has its blessings, I should say, in being in front of an audience, being in front of a camera.
Okay. Now gaining experience and things like that, what do you think would be, I guess, better for an actor or, I guess, beginner to start with or try to start with?
Start going to class. That's what I would say. I have a lot of people that call me, email me, text me, inbox me, or even approach me and said, Troy, I would like to start getting into acting, or have a child that's interested. Tell me, what are the steps? One of the first things I tell them is go to class. Enroll yourself in a class, find one that's local. You can Google, but start with a class, because it gives that person an insight of what it is to be on stage or be on camera. I'm sorry, be on camera, and knowing the environment, knowing the language that is spoken on set. So I would always tell them to start with it. And improv classes are fun. They are amazing. And
I
you never
remember
know
that.
what kind of talent you have until you start, stepping out and believe in yourself.
Now, you really just started off with doing all of it at once with at 15, at 15, you had a theater full of people seeing what you created. And what I recently heard is you're about to, I guess, dip your feet back into the whole producing, directing aspect of entertainment.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to go beyond your borders, go beyond than just being an actor, become a writer, producer. I have produced one project. I was helped produce a project that I was actually cast in, and it's called The Book. And I played a homeless guy uh, searching for answers because of the tragedy that he had in his past life, and he found it in a trash can. It was the book, which is the Word of God. And this book was passed on from one person to the next. It was lost, it was stolen, it was found. So every time this book was found and that person reads it, it does change their life. So I was asked to help produce that, and it was fun. It was great. So we'll see what happens in the meantime, in the future, because I do want to move on and help society with being a part of the producing uh, producing era.
Do you have ideas of being a screenwriter?
That I need to work on as well.
Okay.
I know a lot of people that are talented in writing. So that is something I have to work on. Not to say I will never, but it's something I have to work on though.
Okay. Now, also, recently, you just said strike is over. You are a lot more stuff is opening up for you and actors and things of the matter. How do you feel being able to, I guess, have more opportunities with it?
Well, I want to tell you this. It's first of all, congratulations to all the SAG actors and workers, that pushed through 118 days of not giving up, and making their voices heard, and to open up other doors for everyone. So, but with me too, I think things are going to start to really, really happen on a good level for me. I would like to, first of all, I like to consider uh, someone to pick me up. I don't currently have an agent, but now I think things are going to really, really spin now, as far as projects and opportunities. It's always good, it's always good to look out yourself as well and find those opportunities. But I think Hollywood, as well as Atlanta, which is a
Okay.
Hollywood of the South, I think things are going to really start to open. And we have to make some changes. And if we don't make our voices heard, change is not going to come.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How do you feel about just having the opportunity and having the people around just to help with this type of matter, even if it's not just with the strike that currently happened, but with any future thing that would really jeopardize the careers for a lot of people like us?
Well, let's say I would stay educated. I would stay educated on, what the actors' rights are, and because that's what all boils down, is that they had to fight for what is right. So hang around with people that are SAG or SAG eligible, and find out what they're getting. And there's a lot of opportunities, a lot. It's okay to start off doing being in the background. I have done background work. I don't. That's where I got. You have to start somewhere. But I would say don't stay there. Okay, always look for opportunities to grow. All right, to move from being non-union to union.
Yeah.
Now that the changes have come, now that the agreement was made, I think that this is going to be something for me. So I'm definitely going to hang around people and get educated about what's going on and move on forward. Because this is a career here that I have a passion for, and and I got to do it. You have to move. You have to do something.
Yes.
You can't just stay in the same place all the time.
All right. Now, before I get back into acting and some other projects that you were in, you were directing, you're producing, you're acting, and you are also singing in your first ever performance. Now, by what a very cool friend, a very wise, very, very cool guy told me that you just sing for a lot of people, sing for elderly, sing for community, sing for all of this, and you're really good at it. I remember, wow, the time has flied, but I remember when I was at your church, and it was just, first off, you are incredible at what you do with being a pastor and all of this stuff, but how? All right, before I get it, sorry, I'm getting a little worked up, but before I get into being a pastor and stuff, what, I guess, sparks your love of singing?
Music has always been my inspiration as well, man. I love music ever since I was a kid. Things started when I was a child, man. When I was a teenager, I loved groups. I grew up in the '70s, and with the guy groups and everything like that too. I love singing, and of course I love gospel, and I do sing in the praise team at my church and all. But I wanted to add to my resume or to my life that I can sing as well. Not the best singer, but I love to entertain. But I do use my voice to praise God and to also to entertain. So I have a vocal coach. Her name is Tori Barnett. Yes, Tori, I'm calling you out. And she had I was introduced to her from a friend of mine and also from my wife. And I got with her, and I go to her, sporadically to train my voice. And she had a couple of projects that were coming up, and said, "Troy, I would love you to be part of it." So I got with her and a group of us, and we go singing at different facilities, especially elderly. Love entertaining the elderly at the elderly at either nursing homes or the elderly facilities, or even one of the local restaurants. And we have a little a 2-hour showcase there. Yeah.
You know what you just made me think of? I actually used to do a lot of that stuff with my piano too. I used to go to homes like that. I used to go to a restaurant. So you just sparked a memory. And I
Really?
Wow, my light just came on. It was you just sparked up something. You sparked up something. I'll tell you, you just sparked up something. Technical difficulties, guys. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, I can't really control it, but thank you all, and thank you for your patience. But wow, that is something.
But let me tell you this too. I just thought about something. Back when I was 16, 17 years old, I was part of, you talk about piano, I was part of a little group that was, there was one young lady that was playing the piano while myself and two other gentlemen and this girl were singing around the piano, singing different songs. And some of them were Broadway musical songs and all that. But I loved that. I was a teenager. So let me just mention this. The one that was playing the piano and that was giving us the songs to sing and everything, today she is a famous gospel artist. And it's a good friend of mine. Her name is Dr. Judith Christie McAllister. So, and those who are in the are familiar with gospel artists and listen to the gospel radio stations, and you hear her song come up, Dr. Judith Christie McAllister, that's my good friend. She was playing the piano while we were singing. And so that was a good memory. I was 17 years old singing songs. And now here I am, at my age, going around singing at different facilities and restaurants, and just entertaining people.
Oh, now one of our audience members just asked, how do we find some of your music, and do you record some of the music for us to listen to?
You know what? I didn't get there yet. Okay, actually, I just started. Maybe a year ago, we were just taking songs off of YouTube. So I was just picking some songs off. I didn't write any of them, but I was just picking some songs, and we sang them at these different places. So, but not America's Got Talent. But I do love to sing them. But
All
I'll
right.
get there. I'll get there.
Okay. Okay. Now, I recently just said, pastor. She just said pastor. We all just talked about ministry. What brought you into the house? Now, I'm really guessing that your family was a Christian family, and that was really what brought you into it. But not a lot of people, I guess, grow on that and decide to become a minister, pastor, anything of the sort. So, what brought you to it?
Well, actually, it was an invitation to a church. Um, I was 14. So everything was going on, but God was doing something for me and to me since I was a teenager. And
Yeah.
I was invited to a church, which is now the ministry I'm in now. And my interest in the word, my interest in being on the choir, it started from that invitation. Somebody said, "Come on." No, I didn't grow up in a praying home or anything like that. Too, I didn't. Everybody believed in God, but again, I was invited to my church, and God had His hand on me ever since then. I didn't, commit myself at first, but my interest was there. Uh, I didn't become born again till later on, but I was a faithful church member, faithful church goer, and something about the word was just intriguing to me. I wanted to get not just to go out and preach, but that wasn't my intention. I just wanted to do something, and I thank God for that. So then God did uh, use me and call me into the ministry. I first was shying away from it, but when you develop a relationship, see, it's something different from just going to church. But when you develop a relationship with God and you yield yourself to Him, then that's when changes will come. That's when changes come. And I have a scripture that I really I stick with. I stick with the whole word, but it's trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. Proverbs 3:5. So that's things you have to get trust, and you have to commit. You're not leaning to your own self, but acknowledge God.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can really make it in life is acknowledge Him, and He will direct you.
So, being a godly man, does that affect the amount of acting things that you're able to accept?
Um, Good question. Good question. Um, Even when you follow God, you have to also follow His rules. You have to follow His word, and God wants to use our talents. That's one thing. He wants to use our talents wherever it is. But I do it for His glory, and I always ask Him, even with roles that are offered to me, even with different characters He wants me, I'm asked to play and all. I acknowledge God first and say, you know what, some may look good, and some may not be for me. Okay, and there's some things I will not compromise with. So I just let God just direct my path, and He will not lead me astray. So that's the bottom line: is putting God first.
Okay. Now, recently, with you've been getting, well, you released been released in a ton of movies since the last 1-2 years, and it's a big you the fourth quarter legacy, last rose, revisiting the heart, ununified front, the music box, all of that. How do you feel that all of these movies are releasing and all of them are just a lot of movies that you're prominent in?
Well, let me tell you this, man. That's a dream come true because take a 15-year-old kid from the streets of Hollis, Queens, that had a dream of just becoming an actor. Fast forwarding to years later, okay, and seeing the work that you've done, that I've done, coming to fruition. And you know what? It's just like God when He made the world in 6 days, and the seventh day He rested, and He said, "It looks good. It looks good." So you can look back at your work and say, "I did good." So I'm like saying, I appreciate I put in the work that I put in, and then to see yourself on TV or background on Selma, okay, that was a Oscar-winning movie. To see yourself in that, to see yourself collaborating with A-list actors, it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
And not only that, but uh, being either being the lead or just being a co-star on a TV show, a crime reenactment show. To see yourself on that, man, it's like, wow. Don't give up on your dreams. It can't happen. It can't happen.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Wow. Okay. Now you're talking about collabing with A-rank actors and things like that. Now, I just saw right before this interview that for your birthday surprise 7 years ago, you had a birthday surprise with Oprah on the set of Greenleaf. Now, first off, happy birthday. Second off, set of Greenleaf. Third off, Oprah. Okay. So, can you tell us the story behind that?
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. It was 7 years ago today that I was on the set of Greenleaf. And Greenleaf, I could say that it was a blessing. I played the mansion butler for 4 out of the 5 seasons. And day one, the very first day of shooting in the mansion, season 1, I got a chance to meet the entire cast, and I met Oprah as well. And she was saying hello to everyone. Now, I wasn't starstruck or anything, but I was like, glad to see her. So she went in the back, and I'm adding on to what's going on with this. She went in the back and to get on the monitor, and she was just watching the first scene with Lynn Whitfield, and I'm just standing there along with my other 2 co-partners here. And what I do is I just stand there, I'm observing and all. And Lynn Whitfield had a very, very powerful lines in that scene, which pleased Oprah so much. And she just grabbed her and hugged her after the set, after the cut. When we went to lunch, I was sitting there, and Oprah was sitting with the producers and the directors, and the director, and she got up and she came towards going outside, and I stopped her. I said, "Oprah," I opened my mouth. I said, "Oprah, thank you very much for allowing us to be here." And she came to me and said, "No, thank you, because all of you look so good on camera." And she told me, and she stood behind me and rubbed my back and said, "And you have the best seat in the house because you see and hear everything that's going on in the Greenleaf family." I'm like, what? This is the first day. And I'm gonna just sit there. And she had a conversation with me. So I took that to heart. 1 year later, okay, happened to be my 55th birthday. day one, season 2.
All right.
She had a scene with Lynn Whitfield, and I was there to open the door for her while she come inside. And her and Lynn, she played Lady May. They sisters, and they had an argument, and it was hot. It was a heated argument. If you ever watch season 2, the first episode, you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, Oprah she stumbled somewhat on her lines a little bit, and she sat down, and I'm sitting on the mansion steps. Now, if you look at it, when the door opens, you immediately see the steps, okay, and then on to the right hand side is the dining room. Well, I'm sitting on the steps between the takes, and she asked me, Troy, she remembered my name.
Sorry, fellas and ladies, technical difficulties just now, but I'm invested. I don't know about you, but I am invested. This seems like a very, very nice story so far. I mean, first day, he gets to have like a full conversation with Oprah. Second day, well, not second day, year 2, first day, Oprah calls him by first name, and I don't know. He kind of left us on a cliffhanger right here. He'll be back shortly, but I'm invested. I'm invested, and this man, he is incredible at what he does. We haven't even got into God Guys, which was a recent play that we, I guess, shared the stage on, and it was something. The first one and the second one, they were just incredible message. And if you haven't heard, we will talk about it shortly, but there is something new coming up with God Guys. So, hey guys, we are going to talk about it. So stay tuned for all that. Stay on, because it's going to get real cool. And for those who've just joined in and just popped in for a little bit, this guy, he is a husband, he's a father, he's a grandfather, he is everything, really. He is a pastor, he's a producer, he's a director, he's a singer, he's an actor, he's a name one thing, I bet he probably does it. He is incredible. He is very kind. Yes, it is. He is something. I'm really glad that we get to really share what's going, because this is a very nice. Oh, well, now see, I could keep really just gassing up the story and just keep adding suspense, but I want to know too. So here's the man himself back again, Mr. Troy Bland. All right, we're invested. We are invested.
Sorry about that, technical difficulties again, yeah. But as I was saying, that Oprah had stumbled on her lines during the take, and I was sitting on the steps, and she asked me. She said, "Troy," like I said, she remembered me from the very first episode. She said, "Troy, can you help me out? Do you mind helping me read my lines?" Yes, can you help me read my lines? So I stepped out the steps, walked behind her. She had her pages with her, and went over that scene. I was reading Lynn Whitfield's lines, and she was reading her own, and we was just reading it together. I was reading it with feeling and everything. And as a matter of fact, the director and everybody stopped and looked at us. And when we finished, she snatched the page down and said, "Thank you very much." She went ahead, roll camera, roll sound. She did her scene and cut. Yeah, man. I helped her read her lines. And that was a surprise.
I did something.
Yeah. And then here she asked me, and here I am, just background, just doing what I do. But let me mention this too. Even though you're doing background, you do the best you can, because you never know who's watching you. You never know who may, say, hey, let me change this up just because you're there. So at the same time, one of the actresses, Desiree, who played who played the bishop's granddaughter, came to me and said, Mr. Troy, I hear today is your birthday. I don't know how she heard. I don't know, but she went back, told the rest of the cast and the crew and the director and Oprah, and she called me. They called me in the dining room, and they all stopped and sang happy birthday to me. Yeah. And not only that, Oprah asked me, I didn't ask her, but she asked me to take a picture with her. So, with that said, for me to celebrate my 55th birthday, having someone of her persona to ask me to help her realize the cast to sing happy birthday to me, to take a picture with her, I said I had a good day. So it's a surprise.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a wow. All right. Okay. So you got a special birthday present from the whole cast and Oprah.
Yeah, man.
That is
So never give up. Never give up, and you never know. She remembers that. So it's okay. You just drop a seed, you just do what you asked to do, and you just go on from there. You never know what may happen after that.
never know. That is
Yeah. Unforgettable.
unforgettable. Wow. Okay. 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 You are a preacher, you are an actor, you're a director, you're a producer, you're a singer, you're a husband, you're a father, you're a grandfather, you are wow, okay. You are a lot of things. Now, we talked about a lot of stuff doing the entertainment industry, a lot of stuff with singing, stuff like that, but you're a husband, father, grandfather.
Yeah.
How how do you feel about just being able to, I guess, spread your wisdom onto other people?
Well, yeah. Thank you very much for acknowledging everything. I do wear a lot of hats, and I was thinking about this the other day. Someone asked me, "Well, Troy, how do you manage all of that, or what do you do? You do so much, and you have to learn how to manage your time wisely, prioritize, and rest at the same time. Okay, you can be running here and running there and doing this and doing that, but you've got to have that rest as well. But you have to have that priority. Which is first? Family is everything. Uh, I love my wife. We've been married 36 years. And we met in church. We were teenagers. Okay. Thank God I have a son, and I have 5 grandkids after that. So I love children, and to be a papa, to help them with their homework, and listening to their days of life, with the experiences they have. It's a lot. It's a lot. But you got to have it in you. You got to remember, you were a child once. You got to give them time. You got to give them space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So family is everything too. Everybody doesn't agree. You do. We have those family issues and all, but always again put God first.
So, is your family interested in the same industry that you are?
Well, I do have supporters, and then I don't have supporters. Keep it real, okay? But see, the thing about it, and I'd like to stress this out too. Uh, it's good. It's always good to have your support, and everything, but don't look for it all the time, because this is your dream. This is your vision. And they didn't. People laughed at Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, all right, Martin Luther King, all right. He had a dream and a vision. He came against obstacles and problems, but that didn't stop him. Even though he had friends and family that opposed him and said, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you're taking a chance. In life, you got to take risks. You do. So, but you just got to keep on pushing no matter what. And I like to tell anyone that's listening, if you have issues like, well, I don't get the support I need, and granted, yes, we do. We would love to have support, but be your own cheerleader. Pat your own self on the back. Say, you know
Yeah.
what, you're doing a good job. Okay, you're not perfect. No one is. I'm not. But I'm not going to let nobody stop me or deter me from what I want to do. That is right.
Mhm. All right. Is your family, I guess, also interested in following your steps and becoming an actor, producer, or anything like that?
Uh, yeah. Let me just say this. My mom, when she was alive, she was one. She says, "Troy, don't let nothing or nobody stop you from dreaming." And she instilled that in me. So you got to just remember that no matter what, you keep on doing it. And you may not have a lot of supporters. You may not, but then you have some. You do have some. You got to. And another thing too, what you need to do is to network. All right, you got to make yourself available. You got to make yourself open. You got to get yourself educated.
Yeah.
That's all part of your career. That's all part of being whoever you want to or whatever you want to be. You got to network. You got to feed off of somebody else. Isn't that right,
So,
Jim?
yeah, definitely. You have to know a lot of people to get to a lot of places. I mean, you can get to a lot of places without knowing a lot of people, but it's better to network and do a lot of stuff. So, before this interview, you said you are a networker, and how has that helped you in the industry? And how did you, I guess, pick up these skills?
Um, well, that's one thing too. I do love to network. Now, not everybody's a networker. There are those people who are introverts, and I understand that. I'm an extrovert. Okay, I don't mind talking. I don't mind getting out there, and I have to do what I have to do in order to balance my life and making sure I'm making the right choices too by meeting quality people, directors, actors, playwrights. Pick their brains. Getting, how to get ready for a great audition, how to get ready for an interview. You got to also believe in yourself. So yes, get out there. You can't go everywhere, be everywhere at the same time. But make yourself available to go and pick people's brains and let them know who you are. You got to market yourself. Let them know you're not just to pick brains to make yourself better, but let people know who you are, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now, you also told me that upcoming, you can't share anything yet, but upcoming there is a indie film that you are a part of, and how does it feel to, I guess, have these things back? You were just in like 4 movies last year, and now you having one coming up as well that you're filming this.
But you know what, too? It's still all part of networking. And I appreciate social media. Sometimes it can be crazy, and sometimes it can be a blessing. I've had different directors came and approach me through social media and said, "Troy, I see your work, and I'd like to offer you an opportunity to be a part of my independent film." And yeah, it makes me feel good. And I audition for it, and not just audition, but to get the role. Yeah, it makes you feel good about that. So you just keep on doing what you need to do and make yourself available. And not only that, but don't be selfish. I say this because I love to help people, and I can't make you do anything. I can't, but I can share some knowledge to you. tell them about going to different networking events, or there is a project coming up that maybe you want to audition for, and I see it, and then somebody sends it to me, I'll share it on my page. Don't be selfish, but we in this together, y'all. We're in this together. Jalen, not everybody's an actor now. Not everybody is. But if I see somebody that's looking for a pianist or someone looking for voiceover work, I don't do voiceover, but I know someone that does, and I know someone that teaches it. Put them together. So it's not about being this whole thing together. So it's not about being selfish at all.
All right. Now, I just heard that you are being nominated in some categories for some award. Now, I saw a little bit of a smirk on your face when I said that. So, can you tell us what is that about?
Oh no, I'm honored. First of all, I'm humble. The smirk is like, wow, it's just you can't believe it. And you work hard, but somebody else acknowledges what you do, and you put it out there, and want to present an award to you. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I'll never forget my very first award, and that was back in 2014. Bobby and Renee Peoples had um, had an event going on at their spot, a location where different filmmakers will come together and with the actors, and they showcase this short film, or it's not on full feature, but it's a short film. And I was one of them. I was one of the actors in there, and they had the audience to vote who you think was the best actor, best actress. And my first award, I was a lead in this one, and it made me feel proud. So I'm very humbled. You don't forget your beginnings. But so then fast forward to here it is, 2023, and I've been acknowledged for some things I've done, and I'm feeling blessed. I feel proud, honored. So again, don't never forget your beginnings.
All right. Now we talked about the ins and outs of your career, of family life. Now, what do you do when you have a chance to relax? Because I know with all this stuff, it may not come once in a blue moon, but when it comes, what do you do?
Man, you know what? Lately I've been traveling, man.
All right.
Me and my wife, we got together and take a break from things, because you have to do that. If you're in position to do it, you don't have to go all the way on the other side of the earth. If you can just spend time locally, something that you can enjoy, take that breath, take that relaxation, take that moment, and just there's so much going on, so much stress, and we have to find these stress relievers. We have to. So take your time, even from, we do these auditions, we do these movies, doing these plays, but there's times you have to take in and take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your mind, relax, take a few days or a few weeks off, and it's okay to do that. So find your spot, find your place to just digress, just to relax and regroup. Because some of these projects can be really hard too, man. It can be not just projects, but even from family, from life itself. You want to relax. Take your time and for yourself. It's good for you and it's healthy.
What is the favorite place you went to so far?
Oh man, um, I went to Jamaica last year. Went to the Caribbean. Loved it with my cousin. I stayed with my cousin, but Yeah, that was just beautiful, just beautiful. But another thing that was so good, I loved, and that was one. There was work. It was a film I did, and I filmed up in Canada. My first time going international.
Whoa.
Canada was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was. I didn't go during extreme cold. I went in August and October of 2019 to shoot my very first lead short film. And yeah, man, and it was. Thank you, Vladimir. Vladimir is my director, Vladimir Filagini, and he. I met him on Facebook. He met him on Facebook, and he asked me to portray this role as a father looking for the answers of his deceased daughter, young daughter. And we filmed in Canada in the forest. It was just so beautiful to be there. So that's one of the places I'll never forget. And hopefully I'll go back and get a film again.
So that's what the music box is about.
Yeah, yeah. You can find
Oh.
that on YouTube. The Music Box short story, and it's very powerful. It's a very powerful movie, and yeah, it talks about grief, talks about um, unanswered questions, talks about love, and also talks about revenge. Yeah,
Hmm. So now with your career really just building up, what do you want to really accomplish with it?
oh, to accomplish well, um, I like to bring others with me. I like to see others be successful,
Yeah.
and yeah, we I'm doing a play again called God Guys in January in Pittsburgh, and we did the play if you remember because you were part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You were part of it.
I'm pretty sure I can remember.
You were part of it, and but the closeness and the relationship of the cast from my first cast and the second cast because we had two different castings done. But I must give a shout out to the dearly departed Jeffrey Dickerson, who played Pops,
Yeah.
and he was the jewel. He was the glue of the relationship in God Guys that spoke about uh, four African American and five African American men that had issues that grew up, but in the kitchen setting, Pops listened, and he also gave up uh, his words of wisdom to us.
Yeah.
But anyway, tomorrow makes a year that he had passed on. So we're doing the play again in January. We do have a replacement, an awesome guy named Kevin Brown who plays Pops. He's just as awesome. So, but we're doing uh, in memory of him
Yeah.
a show for the youth on Friday, January 12th. But we're doing it for the whole entire audience, the public, on January 13th. So, Pops, rest in heaven. We're still doing it because this was your vision. You
Uh,
love people and you love the youth.
I can't wait. Personally, I can't wait. That's something, and I guess that really segues into the next video because he left a lot of people with smiles on their faces, and
Yeah,
just it. He's an incredible person.
yeah, he was my godfather in real life. He was my godfather, he was that man, that father figure, that big brother, that uncle that you can call, or he had scriptures for you. had encouragement. He loved working with those that had physical challenges. He was that man. But when he put it on the table, the words when he was on the stage of God, guys, man, it blew us away. Even in rehearsals, it blew us away. So yeah, I'm excited about this play because it does present a messages. Thank you, Nate Lewis Stubbs, our illustrious director, and Chuck Brown. He's the producer and screenwriter. Put this together. And God, guys, and thank you, Jalen, for being part of it, man. Yeah, you played one of the young God guys.
Oh, it was beautiful. But speaking of legacy, what do you want to leave to those around you? What kind of impression do you want to leave?
Positive impression. Um, I want somebody to lead with, well, take somebody that was broken, take somebody that was ridiculed, take somebody that was told they can't do, and prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Prove them that you can do it. Prove them that you are resilient.
Yes.
Prove them that you can make it. When man says no, God says yes. But you got to say it within yourself. You got to be that David fighting that Goliath. Okay? You got to be that Samson, between those two pillars. You got to be that one. So what I like to leave with that person, what I want you to leave with is that you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, that was incredible. And unfortunately, our time has just come to an end. But really, thank you. Thank you for just sharing your story. It's incredible. It's incredible. And I really appreciate you just doing all the things that you do for those around you, doing all of this, sharing all of this, supporting everyone who's in the industry and things like that. It's
Thank you, John.
bravo.
Thank you. I'm humble, but just continue doing what you're doing, and those who's out there just listening, man, just be positive to someone else. You know what? Something simple as a smile can take it a long way. Can brighten somebody's day. Can change the trajectory of their life. Just be there for somebody else. Don't be selfish, not just for you, but be there and make a difference in somebody else's life. Do what you can. You can. Take it from actor Troy Bland.
Now, before you go, can you please share your information? Where can we follow you? Where can we find more information? Where can we see when some upcoming movies starring you are coming out? We gotta know. This information's important.
I am working on a website right now, but you can find me. Yeah, but you can find me on Facebook as Troy Bland. You can also find me on Instagram as T Brand BRAND 2021. And yeah, just follow me there, and I'll be glad to help you out wherever. And I post a lot of things. I post pictures. I post wherever there's casting calls or anything like that. To my knowledge, I'd like to share about it there.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And we will talk to you shortly.
Okay, appreciate it, Jalen. Thank you. And you all have a blessed day, a blessed evening. It was great talking to you.
Great talking to you as well. And it's been great talking to you, the audience out there. Hey, guys, if you really do love the content and love everything like this, please subscribe, please share, please like. It means a lot. I'm really trying to just grow this content and really share these incredible stories because it means a lot to me to really hear them as well, not just to spread them, because this is some stuff I would never ever have heard normally, but now it just gives me a chance to really hear it and hear these stories. So please subscribe, please like, please share, because it means a lot. And also, on time somewhere, it's always on time. How many times do I have to tell you that on time is always on time? Because on time sunwear is always on time. Let me tell you, on time sunwear, incredible. Look it up on Facebook, on time sunwear. They have incredible sunwear. It's clean. It works with everything. I only need 2 to fit everything. Only 2. You hear that? 2 fits everything. And think what 5 can fit. Think what 10 can fit. Now that's a lot of things that could fit. All right. Now, please check them out. They have some incredible sunwear. Hey, they make you look cooler. They make you cooler. Honestly, like, they're like, do I even need to explain myself any further? Also, Mitchell's Academy of Music and Dance. You can't see behind me, but I have my piano behind me, and Mr. Mitchell, he's incredible at what he does with teaching piano, teaching music. He is incredible at what he does. If you want a pro to teach you, he is a pro. And also, Miss Mitch, she's always cooking something, and I mean that figuratively and literally. She helps with voice, she helps with everything, really, and she's just an incredible person, and they all are an incredible person, and they all know what they're doing. And please check them out. Please dial the number if you are interested in music, dance, anything like that, because they got it. They are both professionals. They are both pros. They are the top of the top. I'm telling you. So if you guys do want some good lessons, please check them out. Also, tropical flavor. The flavor's tropical. What can I say? The food it's immaculate. It's juicy. It's tender. It's crisp. All those things in one item. You think that's impossible, but it's not. So if you guys can, please check out Tropical Flavor, because they know what they're doing. They really cook some good stuff. I told you guys this at the start, but I had to go there like 20 times a day just to feel satisfied. And that only lasts for 10 minutes. Then I wanted to go back again. So please, guys, check them out. You'll never feel the same about any other Caribbean food. These guys got it. Also, Air Talent Agency. If you guys are in the entertainment field, such as myself and Mr. Troy Bland, you guys might want to check the Air Talent Agency out, because they're good at what they do. They get a lot of auditions for you. They're pretty good. So if you guys are interested, please check them out. And hey, good luck on your journey. Also, Flame Entertainment. Now, if you are entertaining with anything, she is the way to go. Miss Ashley Hall, Miss Flame herself. She knows everything about the industry, because she's been in the industry for a long time. So she knows the ins and outs. She knows the work ways through it. So if you guys do want to find more information about her, look her up. She's pretty big, all right? And if you guys do remember my interview from a couple months ago now with Miss Destiny Rides, she reps pretty big people, and they just get even bigger and bigger just because what she does is incredible, and she knows how to do it. So guys, please check out all of these sponsors. Flame Billboards, incredible. Tropical Flavor, incredible. Mitchell's Academy of Music and Dance, incredible. On Time Sunwear, I'm wearing it. You know it's incredible. And Air Talent Agency, they're repping me, so you know they're incredible. All right. First off, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to whoever's watching, because it really appreciates knowing that it actually brightens up a day, minute, hour of your life. So really, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, share, do it all, do whatever. I just really appreciate it. And also, stay tuned for more stuff. Stay tuned for a lot of more stuff and a lot of new stuff there's just a lot of stuff coming up, all right? So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more stuff. Stay tuned for a lot of more stuff. And just have a great day. Stay tuned. Peace.